Welcome, Leo, to your reading for the Fall Equinox happening this year in the Northern Hemisphere on September 22nd. I'm going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot. Please give us clear messages for Leo for the Fall Equinox 2020. I'm going to select some reversals here. What does the collective of Leo need to know for the time during the Fall Equinox 2020? What messages can we give Leo for September 22nd? Okay, we have the Fool. It's very nice energy, starting something brand new. She's joyously taking this leap of faith. She feels very free, very empowered, and joyful. It's the beginning of a new adventure, something that you've never done before. Let's see what else we have for you. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, Five of Swords, Nine of Cups, Justice, Knight of Cups, and the Four of Swords. And we have Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. What I'm immediately drawn to is these two scenarios, which are very interesting. So we have these two characters. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We see her reclining here, reading a book in her garden. She's very much content. And we have the Four of Swords here. She's reclining on her bed, and the Four of Swords is about healing. So this is also a very quiet, serene energy. And then we have these characters coming in. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles is offering a pentacle here, and I see him wanting to place it in this garden, put it amongst her other pentacles that she already has here. She seems to be unaware that this knight is coming. And then we have the Knight of Cups here offering a cup at nighttime here. So there's day and night. So interesting. And the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy, solid, grounded, practical, and well thought out, stable. He's someone you can count on. And the Nine of Pentacles energy is also very stable energy, someone who has everything she needs in order to live her contented, happy life. She has the garden, the clothes. She has all of her material needs already there, and it's like he's wanting to offer one more pentacle to add to it, and to make it the 10 of Pentacles possibly here. And then we have the Knight of Cups wanting to offer a cup of love. We see all these hearts here. And the Four of Swords, this character is healing from something. She's taking a time out. She's closing her eyes. She's in her dream realm, maybe even in the astral realm. And we see this Knight of Cups, and we see a shark beneath him, and these hearts are bubbles. They're not very solid, they're not very concrete, they're very much different than, the solid Knight of Pentacles. And with the Knight of Cups, we always have this feeling of someone who doesn't follow through, someone very dreamy, someone who has good intentions and, sincere feelings, but it's not long lasting, or it's just, it's immature. It's very romantic and poetic, but not grounded too much in reality. It could be like this dreamy, again, this dreamy feeling here with the bubbles, and he's floating above the water. Maybe this is someone that you're meeting in the astral realm. Or it's someone that you're dreaming about. The other card in this line is the Justice card, and we see her balancing a scales. She has a book on her lap, and she's only partially blindfolded. She does have one eye open here. The Justice card is about completing a karmic cycle, balancing the scales. Justice is being served. We do have the Lovers as well, which is another romantic card, or it can be a romantic card. The Lovers is a choice made from the heart, a choice that is made that goes beyond the logic of the everyday world and conventional thinking. It's a choice that involves a bit of magic, a choice that involves a lot of chance, or not chance isn't the word, a choice that involves risk. And with the Fool energy here too, we see her wanting to take this risk, very much leaping off this cliff with full faith in the universe that justice will be served, that things will be put into balance. However, we have the Five of Swords in the center here, and we see this witch who has managed to get all of the swords, all five swords, to work the way she wants them to work. However, we see these other two witches who are in dismay. One of them is even covering her face. So there's consequences to getting what you want here with the Five of Swords. That perhaps we need to consider other people. Consider the way that we are going about things. It's interesting that that Five of Swords is in line with the Knight, with the two Knights. And we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So I think there is a consideration on the part of this Knight in he how he goes about approaching. He, goes about approaching his love, goes about approaching his object of desire, goes about approaching anyone. Could be a situation or something that he wants to be a part of. He's approaching something, and there needs to be a consideration of other people, a consideration even of you. If this isn't you, these two characters I'm reading as the Leo energy here, and the Knights I'm reading as the movement coming towards you. That needs to be careful and thought out. It needs to be considerate of other parties involved. It needs to be considerate of you and not such a self-centered energy, which the Knights can be guilty of as characters who are being more immature than the king or the queens. And yet the Knights are the knights in shining armor. They are the knights who want to build a life, build something, build a business, build a situation, build a home. The knights also just represent the energy of movement. So if this isn't a love situation and it's the energy of you wanting to move towards the Nine of Pentacles, having this very easy life, and wanting to move into this place of emotional healing, even this restful thoughts. There is a balance that needs to be between the concrete and the fantasy of the romance. A balance that needs to be struck, or even if it's not a balance, because we do have the Justice here, she's balancing the scales, but it's an offering of both something solid that can grow over time, and also something emotional, something that is fulfilling to you on an emotional level, that brings you joy and happiness. And that is the Nine of Cups ultimately. It is the wish fulfillment here. I do like that we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups both in this spread. It's almost like she's dreaming of, this is her healing, this is her dreaming of what she wants here. And I think with the full energy, you're willing to take this risk and trust the universe to have your back, to balance the scales, to make sure that by following your path, by following the the way that makes you feel fulfilled, that you will achieve this Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles situation in life, with two swords as the underlying card. There is a caution here about choices. She's blindfolded and she's just going to randomly hope for the best when she aims for this sword and hope that it lands in the bullseye in this card, and she's not willing to really take off the blindfold and actually see what needs to be done, I think, in order to hit the bullseye, in order to reach her mark. It seems like there are other parties to be considered, that there is justice here, there is a balancing of scales, there is a need to maybe be more realistic and be grounded and combine that with the heart and not be either one or the other. You could have a choice between two people, even with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, two very different situations. One that feels very grounded, and one which is romantic and dreamy, and perhaps not so much in the long term. I would caution you, Leo, to really take a look at your choices with the Two of Swords. Take off the blindfold and really take aim at the bullseye. Really see what it is that you really want. Do you really want this dreamy, short-lived, maybe not so much grounded in reality connection here? Or do you want something that is solid that could lead to the Ten of Pentacles? Because I usually read these spreads as a progression. We're starting off with this very solid and we're moving into this dreamy relationship down here. And in between, we have this Five of Swords, kind of like getting what you want, but there's consequences. And we see this Nine of Cups. It's almost like she's wishing for something more than this Nine of Pentacles. Because this Nine of Pentacles here, she isn't looking at him. He's offering this pentacle, but she's very much content to be single here. She's very much content in her own garden. Maybe she has the pentacles, maybe she's wanting romance. It's like you don't want more of the same. You're dreaming of the knight that's, uh, the Knight of Cups, the poetry and the love, which, I mean, who doesn't want that, right? Let us pull a card from the Sacred Rebels. This is the box. Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And see what else we can add to this reading for Leo. It just concerns me that the Five of Swords is in the center. It's almost like, because the Five of Swords sometimes is like the bully card, getting what you want at any cost. And it's almost like this Knight of Pentacles comes in and this Nine of Pentacles character is like, yeah, no, I'm good. I've got 9 pentacles. I don't need one more. And then um with the Five of Swords, it's like, okay, I'm gonna come back now with the Knight of Cups energy, offering something different than what you have, offering the emotions, the love, the poetry. But with the shark in this card and his bare feet, and he looks like he's not like really, he doesn't have a lot of else to offer. And the hearts here are like bubbles that burst easily. And the Four of Swords is a healing energy, so it's almost like you're recovering from this insincere offer, maybe. It's like there's this person who wants to come in and they're immature and you know it, and you've been through maybe something similar in the past, you've healed from it, you're healing from it, and you need for this character to be less self-involved, less immature. They need to step up. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Listening for the truth. Number 36. Truth speaks to us constantly, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words, but brings an inexplicable sense of peace, trust, and the knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there is a little evidence of how it is all going to happen. You are being asked to listen for the truths beneath the words rather than the superficial message of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communications of those around you, the press, the newspapers, and the mass media. You will begin to hear fear in the words and actions of those around you, even as they preach love. Listen deeper. Listen for the truth. This oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. You may feel as though you are the only one that is really ready to hear or see it. Perhaps you have been working in a situation or loving in a relationship where truth is constantly denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what it might reveal. At the basis of such actions, consciously or not, is a deep sense of unhealed toxic shame. If you or someone else is fearful that the truth will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. It is time for letting go of old wounds in favor of a greater sense of self love and acceptance. Hmm. Well, I do see a lot of self love here happening and healing that wants to happen. This whole row here is about healing. You know, even the Nine of Pentacles, we see her just taking time out, doing things that she enjoys. She's relaxed. She's in a space that feels safe. It feels grounded. There's nature around her. She's in the comfort of her own garden. And even in the Nine of Cups, she's meditating here by the beach. She's uh, near the ocean, also very healing. And the Four of Swords is a card about all if, um, receiving guidance, receiving healing in your sleep. Maybe you are getting healing in the astral. Your angels and your guides are he- healing you in your dreams. And this Fool energy could be this new energy of wanting truth. So I'm seeing this right. If we go by this oracle card, this column and this column, and then we have this column. So in this column, we see this wanting authenticity with the Fool, wanting this new beginning, wanting to shed the baggage and go on this journey of the lovers, the six, being authentic to our hearts and our uh, our joy and our passion, wanting there to be justice, wanting there to be this balance. And yet, in the center, we have this character, these knights, and the Five of Swords, this bully energy. Doing anything maybe to want to sway you to be with them or to act in this manner, which is immature, which is possibly overlooking the truth of a situation. And this listening for the truth is listening to yourself. And if that means remaining single here with the nine, two nines, and putting this energy on pause here until you know exactly how you want to proceed, I think is a good way to go about it, Leo. For the fall equinox, um, And that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, Leo. Please come back in October. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe the video. It helps me out. Bye, Leo.